Hey, this is Max with Four Seasons Plumbing again. Last week we talked about what could be in your water, and this week we're just going to go over some filters that you can install in your home to get some of that stuff out. So if you're on city water, typically the things you'll deal with will be chlorine and sediment. That's mostly what we deal with city water, and there's a couple of different filters. I recommend putting a filter like this. Some people call them whole house filters or cartridge filters, just right where the water comes into the home. And then you can put different cartridges in here. Here's a chlorine, or I'm sorry, a carbon, active carbon filter, or just a regular sediment filter. But this just really protects your home in case something, they're working on the water lines or something like that that comes in. It'll also absorb some of that chlorine that comes in as well. So those are great filters, pretty easy to install. You will need to maintain them, so you have to go in and but you got to go in and replace those cartridges from time to time, depending on how much water usage you have. There's also just a sediment. They call these spin down filters. These are a little bit easier to maintain. They don't quite filter out as much, and you don't have the active carbon option, but basically, you just run some water out of the bottom of this valve once it's installed, and it just cleans that screen out, so there's no need to replace the cartridge, which makes it a little bit easier to deal with. Sometimes we put them in line. We'll put them in front of an active carbon. It's a great option. They also make bigger filters that you don't have to worry about as much, and backwashing filters, which they stand pretty tall, but they on a timer, and you can set them up for weekly or monthly, whatever your demand is, to backwash themselves, and you don't even have to worry about it really. Just once a year, just go check it out. So those are a couple of the whole house filters. As far as point of use in a home on city water, you would want to probably think about a reverse osmosis filter. I have one in my house. Most of our technicians have them in their homes. They're a very aggressive filter. They take out just about anything you can imagine. They strip the water of just about everything. Now, you don't want to do that to all the water in your home, because it is kind of wasteful in that it sends out some of the bad water and keeps the good water, if that makes sense. And it makes the water hungry, is what they say. It strips it out of all the minerals and everything like that. So if you run it through copper pipes or stuff like that, it can leach the copper out of the pipes, and it cause leaks. So you just want it in a point of use place. And now they have, and what I have in my home is a remineralization aspect to it. So you strip it out of everything, and then you put back what you want in it, which it makes it really nice, and you really can control what you're putting in your body. So I really like that on all homes, especially city water homes as well. So reverse osmosis and the cartridge filters. If you're on a well, you can test your water, and if you have iron or even city water, we don't really deal with this in Asheville, but having hardness, you can look at other different filters. There are backwashing filters, water softeners. There's iron filters. If you have a sulfur smell, there's filters for that. Typically, a sulfur smell, you're going with an iron filter to get that out as well. And then there's even more aggressive filters as well, we can talk about later. But for the most part, what you want to think about is just a whole house filter and a point of use filter. If you're really worried about what's going on in your body, you might think of a filter at your shower head. I have one on my shower head that neutralizes the water, because if you think about it, you've got chlorine coming through, you're breathing that in, it's getting on your body. It's a really simple filter. They're not very expensive, and it can't hurt for sure. Anyway, I hope these things are helpful. Next week we'll go over testing your water. Some simple ways that you can test your water at your home and see kind of what's in there, and see what you want to do if you're interested in making it better for you and your family. If you have any questions or want a professional over at your home to really check your water quality, just give us a call. We'll send one of our great technicians over to take care of you. Thanks a lot, and I hope you have a great day.